Noon Year. How do you feel about Noon Year? Like the thing
It's
for
New Year.
kids? It's like Noon
Oh,
Year's Eve. It's you can't even say it.
I think it's
It's har
stupid.
I think it's stupid
I think that's
too.
stupid, yeah.
I know, but
That's
now I'm
so
like, it
dumb. They're not dumb. They know when something is, like, a stupid fabricated thing for them. Don't you think? Like,
I do, and I'm like, I'm aware that there might be people listening who had a great New Year's Eve with their kids and, went to like they do one at the Science Museum near us and there's like balloons. So I think it's kind of we're in the elf on a shelf domain where like,
yeah,
I'm like, if it brings you joy, there are worry about other things. You don't have to like stop yourself from doing New Year's Eve. You should be like, preparing for an emergency with your neighbors or whatever. But like, don't use that energy on that. And if like it didn't exist and you were pitching this concept to me, I would be like, no, we're
right.
not adding that. Kids
Yeah.
don't need that.
No, I mean, do your kids they're older than mine. Ours don't, like after Christmas, I think we're all in just, like, the down cruise,
Yeah.
right? It's like New Year's is like it happens. It's a thing. I like to go for a walk. Like, we usually go for, like, a walk together on New Year's Eve, and,
That's sweet. I can't
you
get
know,
my kids to go on walks with me anymore.
I don't know, I actually was texting David about it today where I was like, I don't wanna die on this hill, but I also do wanna do this walk." And I was, like, basically
Are we
trying
talking
to
about a literal hill?
no, I walk up a hill
It's a
because 'cause I'm
flat
like
walk?
but it's like, I was like, I'm not trying to, like I don't wanna
Yeah.
make everyone miserable for this thing that I wanna do, and I think what I was trying to say is, like, I'll do it alone. I don't mind doing it alone. I don't want, like
I like
I
that.
feel like
You can keep the kids or you can help me bring everyone with me.
that's what I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
saying, but I think
That's
that I
good.
felt kind of guilty about it because I was like, "Do you care about this walk?"
But
And
it
I
doesn't matter. You need to identify the handful of things you care about and make
yeah,
sure they happen. Yeah,
it's
no,
my
I already have regret that I didn't make everyone go to the Christmas houses in East Oakland that have a friendship light that connects them all. And
Oh,
you just walk around the neighborhood and there are these like cute little like A-frame houses and I bring hot cocoa and every year since they were like little and I could make them do whatever I wanted, I'm
yeah.
like, "Can we go?" And nobody wants to go with me. And I haven't been the
I
Christmas
mean,
house visitor that I want to see in the world. And I think you should learn from my mistake.
just go
Definitely.
alone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I
we have like, we're from the East Coast, but we live on the West Coast. So we could do New Year's in New York. You can do like New
yeah.
York New Year's
No,
and
yeah,
watch the
that's what we
ball drop
usually
and it's
do.
9. I'll tell you what
That's
I
what we
did with
do.
Max that was
Yeah.
more fun than New Year's. I let him stay up to watch Saturday Night Live on East Coast
Oh,
time
uh-huh.
live because we can
Yeah.
get it here like 8:30 to 10.
Yeah.
And I let him stay up all by himself and do it with me like for like the holiday episode, and it was super fun. That was
Griffin's
like exciting.
Saturday Night Live phase. We've been showing him a lot of the old, like, he really likes Laser Cats.
Oh, Laser Cats is a big hit. I've
Loves Laser
Yeah,
Cats.
I'll share with you like our playlist because I'll share it with the listeners because
Yeah.
we like to do like SNL. We do this with music videos too, like where you go around and everybody gets a turn, like picking one in
Mm,
order, and then you go around as many cycles as you can. And we've got some. I mean, some of ours probably trend a little racier because of age and lax
oh, yeah.
parenting, but
Yeah.
we have some favorites. Okay, what do you? So you do Laser Cats. I'm sure you like the digital shorts.
I do. They don't
Throw
like
it on
my
the
food.
ground.
No, he likes, people getting punched
Yes,
while
while
eating.
eating. That's a big
Yeah,
one in our house.
it's
Yes.
good. Real good. I'm sad because he doesn't have enough references yet to enjoy Ross Trent, which
Ross Trent is such a great character. You know what though? Like I grew up on SNL as a very little kid,
yeah,
and there's layers. Like you can if
yeah,
you know something is funny, it doesn't really
Right.
matter if you get it or not.
Yes.
Hence watching this whole back-to-back episode with my son for the first time live and being like trying to decide what I would explain to him and what I would,
Mhm.
if I was going to like turn something off at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't. It was fun to be like, oh, he thinks this is funny, but he doesn't
Yeah.
like get the main joke of this sketch, you know?
Yeah. Right, it doesn't matter. I think the first thing I ever showed Griffin from Saturday Night Live was, when he was, like, 3 or something, and it was, a Keenan character where he's, like, in the bath, and he's, like, French,
I've
you
never
know?
seen that. I know Simon, the Mike Myers character in the
Yeah,
bath.
obviously
Right.
yeah, we sing that one a lot. These are all bath time
Yeah, and yeah.
SNL moments. Yeah,
Oh, I gotta
um,
check that out.
we knew, yeah, he's, like, in a bathtub, and he's French, and he's just saying, like, French words, and it's kind of like
I'm in.
so, yeah, it's
But
delightful,
there's
but it
like
was
jokes he doesn't get probably.
right, I
Yeah.
mean, he doesn't but it's just so silly, and it's
Right.
so, like, it's absurd, and he understands it on that level,
Yes. Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's enough, and I
There
think
was a lot of Weekend Update went over Max's head. Like, you know, he was like, "Who's that guy about Jeffrey Epstein?" And I was like, "A bad man." You know, and I was
yeah,
like, I'm not gonna explain it to you. Like, we're
yeah.
just not going there." But he was like,
I
"It's
wish I
funny
could
that."
unknow.
Yes,
I wish I
exactly.
could take it out of
But
my
it's funny
brain.
that we're making fun of this guy. Like he got that, you know? Like this is the general
Yeah,
premise is like we're roasting bad people.
yeah.
I noticed, Miranda, that you haven't commented on my outfit today. And for those that are just listening and don't have a visual, do you
Yeah.
want to describe what you're seeing?
Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's a poncho.
Okay.
It's sort of a
Yes.
body like a wearable blanket with a
Mm-hmm.
hood,
Does it look
with
soft?
it looks very fuzzy and
You're right.
fluffy, like,
It
very
is.
light and
Yeah.
fluffy, and then it has cartoon cats. They almost they have a slight anime
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
quality, but not
Yeah.
all the way,
Yes.
and paw prints, like, the cats are playing and jumping.
This was my
Oh,
favorite Christmas present, so I brought it to
yeah.
show you. It is a wearable electric heated poncho. Uh-huh. So you plug it in
Oh,
with the USB. This is from my family.
whoa.
And then you can wear it around the house. This is my first test run, actually. I'm quite hot, if
Wait,
I'm
is it
being honest.
rechargeable?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
holds a
Yeah,
charge.
you plug it in and then you unplug it, you turn it on, and it's got like little wires all over it.
Oh my
I'm
god.
I but you probably can't wear it in the bath. And yeah, this is and for some reason just an enormous pouch. So like
Dang.
I don't know what you're supposed to like keep in here.
Snacks.
Snack
For snack.
yeah, snacks, right? For
Hot pockets.
antidepressants.
You're
um yeah, but I just
that's
thought you should
amazing.
know. This,
You
I
know
can wear this and drink the fancy tea that you sent me and just be the happiest
mm,
person in the world.
I was gonna say, wasn't that your favorite Christmas present?
It was
Um,
so good. You really I love getting a gift where it doesn't say who it's from, but you know who it's from. And I
it's
knew that my
kinda
fancy Stephen Smith Portland teas came from Miranda Rake.
well, it's funny, like, I didn't even register your outfit because we are in we are recording this in the dead week between Christmas and when they go back to school.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so kinda I feel like all social norms are
That's true.
out the window, right? Like,
That's
you're like,
true.
"What time of day is it? What day is it? What
Is
day of the
this
week?"
even a day?
I don't even know,
Yeah,
like,
I
how
know.
long and the sun goes down early, so you're like, "What's happening?"
I
Like, the
know.
sun sets here at, like, 4:20. And my kids are losing their minds, and, like, play dates and plans kind of move around and slide off, and people are like, "The kids are in garbage moods, like, should
Yeah.
we get together anyway?" Or, like, they just it's all kinda
Yep.
like
Yeah, I have
this
one kid at a town camp right now, city run camp, $90 for 3 days, baby. She said I was like, "Did you have fun?" She's like, "Not really." I was like, "Great." And the
dang.
older one is kind of, I think he's at the movies with his dad. But I did work today and it did break my brain. And when I was at Home
Yeah.
Depot yesterday doing kind of like one of those bridge days where like we weren't lounging around, but we weren't working, we were doing like household tasks.
Oh, yeah. Who
Um,
needs those?
I asked the woman helping me how her day was going, and she was like, I don't know. This is my first day back. I don't even. And I was like, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Well, same. I worked today. I tried to work. I was like, I had out 4 hours. I was gonna do, like, most of a week's worth of work in 4 hours.
Jesus.
This is what I thought, right? And then I just stared at the blinking cursor for, like, 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I had told my mom that I would be at this coffee shop, so she dropped by and, like, we hung out, and then I came home and hopped on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
So
wanna work, I just wanna hang out with my mom in my poncho. Um,
exactly.
well, you know what? I have been very productive over break
Tell me.
because I have been averaging about a movie a day, and I know you wanna talk about, like, the year in movies. I'm racing towards my goal.
You should say in mom. It was a year for
It was a
parents.
year.
Like,
Wow.
parents were in the movies.
Well, we're gonna talk about dads because
Yeah.
there were a lot more dad movies this year than mom movies, but there were some stellar mom movies, and
A lot?
I'm trying to watch 50 movies that came out in 2025.
Like, just
Total, through the
this
year.
day or just you're just trying
50
to?
total. I'm at 36.
Okay. And then, Oscars got moved, so you've got extra time.
Yeah, yeah, right. This is all Oscars oriented, is like
Yeah.
that the first couple months of the year are kind of like the dingleberry of 2025. So
Yeah.
you can still kind of be grandfathered in
I think
to
that's
the year before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have a little bit of time. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they call it. That's what the
We're in
Academy
the
calls it.
Oscars. Isn't that what
Yeah,
the Academy said when they moved the date to
yeah.
April? They were
As
like,
long
"We
as you
just
get the
need a
dingleberry.
longer."
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a big year, we need a longer dingleberry.
Yes, it's got to dangle real low
Dingle
so that we can
dangle.
collect all of
Yep.
these nasty films. Um,
Alright, so what was let's do moms first,
yeah,
if it's I
I've,
mean
I'm I'm gonna pull up my letterboxed and I will link it
oh,
in the show notes because I for the first year I actually did this. Um, I was
okay, so top of my mind is
inspired.
Die My Love, because that was
Big mom movie. Yeah,
big mom movie. If, like I have you read the book?
I have not read the book.
I have not read the book either. So we saw it with fresh
Mm-hmm.
brains.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, Die My Love
like
mom movie.
yeah.
Freakier Friday.
Oh,
The
right.
Roses is a mom movie.
That's news to
Um,
me. I'm excited to
yeah,
hear that. And now
yeah.
I've got
Uh-huh.
even more than I did before.
There's a couple movies that aren't primarily mom movies, and my talking about it would probably spoil them for people. So I won't get too into it. But and then, of course, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which was my favorite movie of the year, hands down, which was also perhaps, tied with the Michelle Pfeiffer holiday movie. What is it? Like Jingle All the
Uh,
Way, or what's it
uh,
called?
oh, what is it called? Oh, dang it.
It's
I'll look it up.
it's like it is a line from a Christmas song.
Th
It's
Did
tied
you
with
see?
that for mommiest movie of the year, but it
Did
is
you
the
actually
best.
see that?
Did I see the Michelle Pfeiffer movie?
Yeah.
No, I did not. I
Oh,
did not.
what fun.
Oh, what fun. Exactly.
Oh, what
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, what fun. And If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Mommiest movies of the year. One of them I haven't seen, so I won't judge. Maybe I'd love it. The other, I gave 5 stars. I wrote a article about it in the cut. I got to interview the writer and director, Mary Brownstein, and it was just an incredible film.
amazing. And then Hamnet.
Yeah,
Like,
Hamnet. You're right. Hamnet's a huge mom movie. Sorry, forgot that. Big, big,
well,
big.
I only know because I've read about it and I will never see it, as we've discussed, because it's too upsetting.
Yeah, the
But
kid looks like Griffin too. I
yeah.
so just
Oh my
don't,
god.
just don't.
This is not
Very sad, very beautiful movie. Oh, and One Battle After Another is a mom movie. Also a dad movie, but also a mom movie. Bad.
Oh, right. duh, I was thinking of it as a dad movie, and
Well,
that's so
it can be both, right? Yeah. It was a
true.
two-parent movie hold. Um, so what do you kind of it wasn't as big a year in mom movies, I think, as last year. I feel like we have less to talk about.
What was
Um,
last year?
last year there was a lot more kind of on our list. We
Oh,
can
I
link
feel
to that
I feel
discussion.
like in terms of volume, but, like, I haven't seen If I Had Legs, but it sounds like a ride, and then Die My Love is certainly ambitious and interesting,
Mhm.
and I think for me, I was really moved by how, like, um, like, the kinda with artful, deep, complex engagement with, like, parenthood.
Mhm.
And some of the
Yeah.
darker stuff
Yeah.
in a way that, like, for example, we were so excited for Night Bitch, and then it came out, and I was
Yes.
like, this has,
Well,
like, no teeth."
last
And I
year
think
we had Night Bitch.
teeth, right? Like,
Yes.
this movie had teeth. It was not perfect, but,
Yes.
like, it was really going after it in a way that I was like, "This is what I wanted from Night Bitch that I
Mhm.
didn't." This, like,
Exactly.
vibe, and, I found it kinda thrilling in, like, a Tully kinda way.
Mhm.
Just see it really honestly and kind of extremely, like, laid out, and, I think that that felt to me like maybe a little bit of a culture shift and, or representative, knock on wood, and then that was kind of interesting to think about, like, why now? Why this vibe now? And, like, I'm curious, just production times and pandemic, I was like, how much of this was maybe informed by some pandemic dialogue?
Mhm.
And I wonder about that. I
Mhm.
don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's an interesting thread. I mean, you asked like, what's different about this year? Yes, there were, I think, more movies last year. We had Night Bitch, which was like a big, I think, disappointment to those of us that like wanted to see on screen the kind of feralness of that book.
Yeah.
And instead got kind of like a neatly packaged story that was quite watered down about, a level of maternal angst and discomfort that is I think important and a lot of people can relate to, but it was cute. And we didn't want cute, right? And so Die My Love and If I Had Legs I'd Kick You are not cute. They're very disturbing, movies in a lot of ways about the I would say the kind of I would say maternal obligation
Mhm.
um and how horrifying that can be. And what I like that both of them do is they kind of take the kid out of it. I think that's
Yeah.
uncomfortable for some people. I do know some people who felt kind of disturbed and kind of deeply connected to the ways in both of those movies that the kid is maybe not taken care of. And to me, I felt like that was an important like device to just decenter the kid and have them not be a character in order to make space for the like maternal story.
Yeah.
We
I
Yeah,
thought that in Die My Love, like, Megan wrote about these movies for Harper's Bazaar.
Megan O'Connell, our
Yeah.
favorite editor in the world. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yes. We did a nice piece about the mom movies of the year. And,
We will link
um
to that in the show notes.
yes. And we were talking about how it's kind of funny because I obviously Jennifer Lawrence in Die My Love is not doing great. And but I actually never felt worried for the baby.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to focus on her story
Mm.
because I wasn't distracted by like, oh god, that baby like, she wasn't like um if anything, like she was so ferociously like connected to this baby, like everything else had
Right.
dissolved away from her. Like,
Well, I
you
had heard
know,
did you read the book?
no.
Because I heard well, and we'll just give like a 2-second kind of deep this is Die My Love is a movie about it's Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. They move to the country and have a baby, and it's kind of about like the Jennifer Lawrence's like unraveling afterwards.
Mhm.
And I had heard from a friend that in the book, she kind of resents the baby, and that mother character is very actively kind of antagonistic towards the child. And in the movie, that they kind of decided
Mhm.
not to do that in the movie,
Mhm.
which you could see as both kind of a like a pacification of a hard truth that's annoying, but also I think that, you know, when we make these mother characters like so explicitly bad moms or kind of mean to their children or dislike their children, I think that sometimes we immediately pit the audience against them. And we kind of oversimplify what is so overwhelming about motherhood. You know, that
Mhm.
for most of us, like, I mean, the thing I connected to, I also wasn't really worried about the baby, and I wasn't really worried about the kid and if I had legs I'd kick you either, though that's a different story. It's about Rose Byrne has an older child who's dealing with kind of medical issues and an extreme level of kind of need, and she's taking care of her on her own. And it's about her kind of unraveling with that process. I also wasn't worried about that kid. And I think part of it is that I connected with the sense that both of those women had of loving their kids and their kids not being the problem. So I never thought that those women were ever going to intentionally harm their children. I felt like kind of how I felt postpartum, which is like, I love this kid, I know they're safe, and I think I might die from motherhood.
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
kid's fault, but it is happening to me, and I might, like, claw my skin off.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's I wonder if like you want well, Jennifer Lawrence, at least in that movie, it's like you kind of want her to be maybe they wanted her to be like kind of broadly relatable to, you know, I don't know that relatability, I guess, was a huge factor in that movie, but I found her to be quite relatable, even though it was kind of an extreme telling, um, and I guess maybe it's easier to look at this person as a reflection of yourself if you feel reassured that she loves her baby,
Yeah, yeah. Right,
you
which we
know?
could unpack, like, is that a problem? Is that a problem that we can't show a mom? We have to be like, "Don't worry, she loves the baby."
Mhm.
And still some people saw these films and didn't believe that and kind of couldn't get over that, I think. Um that that is such a fast track to alienation from a to a woman, right? Is the idea that she might not love her kid or might not take care of them. So did we
Mhm.
need that in order to relate to these characters?
Right. I don't know. Um, it's like yeah. I don't know, I mean, it's complicated. I think that, um, what I appreciated about At Least Die My Love, which is the one that I've seen, I haven't seen If I Had Legs, I don't know if I've explicitly said that, but,
It's your
that
only flaw.
it's my only
Yeah.
flaw, that, you know, I just think that it was kinda like a pivot, like, it was cool to see, like, really an artist, like, the director, is really this, like, um, kind of art artistic visionary kind of director,
Lynn
and, like
Ramsey, yeah.
yeah, and it was really cool to see, like, serious art get big famous people, like, clearly some budget and wide release and, like, get this kind of weird motherhood story get really taken seriously and told in a serious way. Like, even I guess it's, like, not that I'm not willing to criticize it, but I think I just came away from it feeling, like, so glad it exists.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good description. I didn't think that was like a 100% as successful a movie as like If I Had Legs,
Mhm.
But I was glad it existed. And I do think, when I talked to Mary Bronstein, who wrote and directed If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, she based it on a true story about her experience, kind of going through something similar, basically living in a motel room with her, medically fragile child alone for many, many months in a foreign city getting treatment. And what she said was that her goal in the movie was less about like what was real and what wasn't, or whether this person was a good mom or a bad mom, though she did, heighten the choices that the Rose Byrne character made and make them more extreme than she says the choices she was making in that situation. But she wanted to convey a feeling. She was like,
Mhm.
how do I get across to an audience the feeling that I felt
Yeah.
sitting in the bathroom of this motel room, this one bedroom motel room, night after night, while my daughter slept in the other room with a red light illuminating the darkness from her feeding machine,
Mhm.
you know, binge eating takeout and drinking cheap wine, locked in the bathroom, kind of like just utterly alone and freaking out. And I think she did that. And I think
Mhm.
Die My Love also conveys a feeling, right? And
Mhm.
there are some scenes that kind of do that. There's a bathroom scene in Die My Love that I think is very effective
Mhm.
as well. And I think that felt like a gift to be like, oh, I've never seen that feeling on screen,
Mhm.
and I know that feeling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these, like, you're it sounds like in If I Had Legs, like, the lines between what's real and what's not maybe are blurry, and, like, that was definitely part of Die My Love too,
yeah,
like,
yeah, they
what's
have a
really
similar,
happening, what's her kind of imagining,
right.
what is going on, like and, I read an interview with Lynn Ramsey where, like, someone said something about, like, people are always trying to be reductive, and they were like, "This movie is about postpartum psychosis." And she was really like, "No, it's not. Like, this is a postpartum story." And I think it seems like it was important to her to have it not be rooted in, get slapped with a label
Right,
of what
right.
it was
This is
about.
not a woman. This is not a woman who's mentally ill, right?
Yeah,
This
or
is
like,
kind of
this could
something
happen to
else.
anyone. Like, I think it
Yeah.
was supposed to have this, like, slightly haunting, like and,
Well, also
I
like
think
it is a haunting movie, and the things that happen are bizarre. And I think she was successful to me in communicating, right, this could happen to anyone. These are normal reactions. Like
yeah.
these are normal reactions to this circumstance.
I think I texted you after I saw it that was, like before you had seen it after I saw it, where I was like, "These are the alternate titles
Yes.
that I would give this movie." And, like, there were and I think that that was my, like for me, it was, like, the place that I put the things that I saw that were kind of almost distracting or flawed or took away from the, like, this could happen to anyone of it, where it was like, urban couple moves into isolated farmhouse because it's free, and you're like, "Well, that's, like, gonna be your first
You
problem, right?" And
never
then it's
move to the isolated
just don't
farmhouse.
take the free house, and then, there's a lot of drinking, which, you know, that's not not a great, like, fuel for the fire, but
Yeah,
yeah,
well, to
and
go back to your point too, I think that that did feel pandemic-y to me. And I
Mhm.
do think whether it's like actual stories that came out of the pandemic or just that feeling of like suffocation. I mean, I
Yeah.
started writing about parenting in the pandemic because I felt like I